welcome back to my channel. I am finally, I told you I would and I'm doing it, I am bringing you my 2020 favorites. Way too late, of course, but would we expect anything more of me, right? Anyway, I have quite a bit of products. I was gonna say quite a few, quite a bit, and it just went in my head. I'm also drinking a Truly. You guys, I love these an embarrassing amount. But anyway, as many products as I do have, I did try to keep it really concise, really pick favorites. They didn't all launch this year, or last year I should say, but a lot of them did, but I'm just being straight up with products that I really loved. That's not to say I didn't love others. These are just the ones when I was opening my drawers, I'm like, yeah, no brainer. I didn't overthink it. I really just sort of went with my gut on that one. So this episode's gonna be all makeup focused. I'm thinking I'm still gonna do a skincare video and like the etceteras, like body products and hair care, because that'll be a little bit more concise. I've really been quite religious with my skincare routine, so if that's something you'd like to see, definitely let me know. But we are talking makeup today, my favorite, the most fun. So let's just jump right into it after I take a sip of this, because Mama's thirsty. All right, the first thing I had to mention, this is not makeup related, but if you think I'm not talking about it, you're wrong. And I don't care if we're wearing masks, the mustache needs to be taken care of. And I think I picked this up this year. I mean, like, it all felt real long, yet it's all a blur, you know what I mean? So this is the Flawless Pro. It's gonna sound like a vibrator, but it is in fact a razor for your face. You can do it all over, I believe, but the lip area is where the dark hair is the most prominent on yours truly. So you just charge it. It lasts literally months because you're turning it on. You're turning it on. Whoa. You're turning it on for like 2 seconds when you're really going ahead and buzzing that baby off, which I will literally put my facial oil on, and that will be like my shaving cream, and then I will go in with this. It's just bananas. It's like 25 bucks. I used to buy those little eyebrow shavers and get that done, but no more, and I don't have to wax, because whenever I used to wax, it used to like rip off like my lip, and I have like a cut like right near my lip, and that's unsightly. So we're on to the Flawless Pro. It's amazing. It's perfect. I got mine at Ulta, but they sell them at like CVS and Walgreens and all that stuff. Foundation. This is the easiest one. This is the easiest one. I think this will be my favorite foundation till the end of time now. And this is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I have been using the shade number 8, I believe. I don't know where it says it on here. But this is formulated with niacinamide. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Squalene and hyaluronic acid. And it does exactly what it says on the tin. It is more of a tint, but you will get an evening out of the skin. It's incredibly hydrating. It looks nice with a more full coverage concealer or a lighter coverage one. Looks good to mix in with other products as well. I am completely and totally obsessed with it. It's the ultimate mask makeup because you don't have to worry about wearing a heavy base that's going to transfer off as well. This is what I wear every single day. I kid you not. You need just a little bit of this stuff. It's more like gelatinous than like the Gressa Serum Foundation. So this is something that I prefer, and it has totally stolen my heart. As I've gotten older, I really noticed that I like to do quite a sheer base, and then I'll go in with concealer and all the accoutrements, and then I like the skin to just really look like my skin. So that is how I get that job done. While I'm on the foundation front, because it's something I like to mix in, I could use this as highlight as well. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is their Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm sure you've heard about this if you are in the beauty space on YouTube at all. It is beloved. It is amazing. It does everything. Like I said, you can use it alone as a highlight. You can mix it in. It just looks so natural on the skin. Truly looks like you are glowing from within, and that is not an easy task. It doesn't sit on top of the skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It is a dream come true, and I use the shade number 3, which is light medium, and I think that's a pretty good shade for me. I know in the year of 2020 she did increase that shade range as well, so hopefully more of you can use that product if it's something that you looked into in the past and couldn't find a shade that was good for you. Concealers, I have two. I'm gonna keep it brief because these have been long-term favorites. Haven't had a new one steal my heart in quite some time. The newest that I have though is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I use the shade 03. It's just beautiful. It sits really nicely under the eyes. It has a really nice amount of coverage. It's incredibly hydrating, and it is more of a medium coverage if that's something you're looking for. Contrary to that, my full coverage option is the Fit Glow Conceal Plus. I also use the shade 3 in this. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It somehow covers a ton while sitting nicely under the eyes, wearing beautifully. The shade number 3 is something that I can use both under my eyes and on my face. Again, I've realized as I've gotten older that I don't like a horribly brightened look underneath the eyes. I just don't think it suits me. So I like everything to be kind of like my skin color, and then I'll go in with bronzer and add some more dimension that way. It's just a more subtle look. I don't look good with a ton of makeup, even though I like to put a lot on my eyes. So these both are incredible. Full coverage, medium coverage, more hydrating, less hydrating. I've done a comparison video on that, so that's why I'm just gonna keep that really quick. Let's talk about setting powder really quick. My favorite all-time forever is the 100% Pure Bamboo Blur powder. Now what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a powder, specifically a translucent one, is one that I can use a very little amount of that still mattifies the area that I'm looking for it to mattify as well as set it without accentuating fine lines and wrinkles. That is the biggest thing for me. I'm hyper self-conscious of how my under eyes look. I don't drink as much water as I should, so we are lacking in that area. Absolutely. Here I am drinking a Truly instead of regular water, but I will double fist. But this one I've used for years at this point, repurchased it like 3-4 times. It lasts forever. So I know it's expensive, but I promise you, it will last. It will look beautiful. And as a translucent powder, I do think that if you put it on too heavily, you would get a bit of a white cast, but really use a nice fluffy brush. What I use underneath my eyes is either this brush, which I've had forever. I don't think they make it. You could probably find it on Amazon. It is a Beat to Shit Real Techniques brush. It's just so perfect, and it has the dual fibers, so it sits really nicely. Or, trying to find it for you here. Yes, here we go. Morphe also makes a really nice brush. This is the Y14. Great for just a little light dusting. That's usually all I do. Easy, don't overthink it, set it, and move on with your life. One product that actually broke in my purse like a week ago, and I will be replacing it, but I just had to share it with you, is from Flower Beauty, which is Drew Barrymore's line that you can get at Target. No, not at Target. You can get it at Walmart. I think they have it at CVS now. Yeah, because I think I got a lip tint from them not too long ago. Anyway, it is not the most clean brand in the world, but it is a cruelty-free brand. They have a setting powder that has color to it, and that is my favorite touch-up powder on this planet. Back in the days where I was dating that horrible guy, you remember those videos? Oh my God. I was like going to work, busting my ass for like 8 to 10 hours, going in the bathroom, quick changing, touching up my face, putting on some blush, putting on some of that Flower Beauty powder, and going out and like getting drunk or something like that. So that was a chaotic time. We have moved on from that, absolutely. But what I'm trying to get at is that it made me feel refreshed instantly. It does give a little bit of coverage. You could use it all over your face if you like. For me, I use it predominantly like a touch-up powder, but it does have that dual function if that's something you're looking for. Quick brows. This is the combo to end all combos, the Plume Nourish and Define Brow Pencil. This did launch in February of 2020. Absolutely stole my heart. One thing I do have to mention is that it totally runs out quickly, but it is quite an economical product. So, oh my guys, I cannot talk. Has 2 sips of Truly and is just out to lunch. Anyway, work with me here. This is the Nourish and Define Brow Pencil in Cinnamon Cashmere. So this is $24, I believe. It has a little spoolie on the end. It's fabulous. It's amazing. I just did a review on Integrity Botanicals of this product, so I will leave it down below for ya. But anyway, it works on a refill system. So you buy the pencil for $24, which just comes with the one pencil, but then after that, the refills are $18 or $19, I think 19, but you get two. So it's really like $8 per thing. And though I'm sure it still probably works out cheaper depending on what pencil you use, I find that eyebrow products I move through very quickly, because even when I'm doing a very minimal look, I like to have a little something in my eyebrows. So I just have to say, this is worth it. It's supposed to have, you know, growing properties in it as well. Those effects I've really yet to experience, but I also have crazy bushy brows. To pair with that, what I really like to use in the front of my eyebrows is from 100% Pure. These are their green tea brow fibers, and I use the shade medium brown. Comes in one shade lighter than this. It's got that teeny weeny little brush. It is a little bit fibrous, not very, but it does add a really nice color to the front of the brows. I don't think it gives you a ton of hold, I do have to say that, but when you trim your eyebrows and you keep them short enough, that's usually not too big of a deal. Even if you need to go in with a clear brow gel after this, I would still say it's worth it just because of how natural it looks in the eyebrows. I am in love with it. Quick bronzer, I love many. I've talked about so many, but the one that is new and really has just stolen my heart is the Kosas bronzers, and my package broke. That's why I just opened it like that. I reviewed these at length, I believe, or I did like a trying new makeup video, and I was really excited about this launch. So I actually like to use the shade Light because I like to mix this with other bronzers. So I'll put on a matte one. I really like the one in the Fit Glow palette, been using that a lot. Air Perez reformulated this bronzer I love. Vapor makes a great powder bronzer as well. But this one's a baked formula, so it looks so natural on the skin. I do have it kissed here on my cheeks today. I don't know if it's really gonna read on camera, but it's beautiful. And I like anything that makes your skin look more like your skin, even though you're adding more product onto it. It's just one of those special type of items, and I think it's because it's a baked formula that always sits nicely on my skin, and as someone that has more dry skin, I think that's something I really fixate on. So Kosas bronzer stole my heart in the year of 2020. Moving right along, highlighters. This was also easy. I briefly touched on the Charlotte Tilbury. You could use it like that. I love it like that. But the newest one to me is the RMS Uncover Up Radiance Base, and I accidentally pulled out the cream foundation, but I will show you in the cutaway. It is this beautiful master mixer tone, which is this champagne-y, warm, golden, yet somehow works on like everyone. The only person that I don't think would work on is just, like, if you are fair as fair can be, like alabaster fair, I think it would probably pull a little too yellow on you, and I would stick with something like the Living Luminizer. But what's great about those Radiance Base is that you can mix it with the foundation, could prime your skin with it. My favorite way to use it is actually as a highlighter because it's quite a rich item. It looks so beautiful on the cheeks. Like, seriously, it pairs well with any look. It makes you look warm, golden, sun-kissed. I am totally in love with it. And when I'm not using that one, I also love the Alima Pure Cream Highlight in Alchemy. And this is a really nice tone as well. This one's going to be a little bit more universally flattering. It's a little bit lighter. Still that champagne tone, I realize, is just kind of what I like on my skin. Reminds me a lot of the Kier Weiss highlighters, and of course significantly cheaper. But it has like this dry sort of texture to it that makes it really easy to use. It sits on the skin absolutely beautifully. It layers nicely. See, I can apply it right on to existing makeup I've had, and it blends in an instant. It doesn't look like a stripe on my face, and it's because it's such a thin texture, which I absolutely love. And you know I preach the philosophy of more is more, so more we shall put on, and just absolutely love it. It looks really great on camera, easy to reapply, looks good like in your inner corner even, just all over, go for it. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula. This does come in a more dusky bronze tone as well. If you have a deeper skin tone, I would investigate that one because the formula is divine. Now let's move on to blushes, because Blushes and eyes are where I am most product heavy, but I do still feel like I was tame because I only chose 4. But if you want to know like all my favorite blushes, I did do a video dedicated to that, and I will link it down below for you. Now this one I've been on again, off again. We have a complicated relationship, but I always go back to her. And this is the Antonym Baked Blush in Lily. Now I don't know what happened to Antonym. They kind of fell off the face of the earth. They don't really make new products, but this is still one that exists and that I adore. When they first released this formula, goodness, it was like years ago now, I was just hoping they were gonna release more colors because I love that one so much. And I think I love this one even more. Again, with that baked formula, so it has a radiance to it. Because if you were unfamiliar, baked products actually start out as creams, and then they are baked on a terracotta plate that gives them that dome shape. That's why they're usually in a bit bulkier packaging as well. But it helps maintain those cream properties, so they just look gorgeous on the skin. This one has a lot of luminosity to it because it is a highlighting blush, and it's just this beautiful, it's like a warm toned mauve. That's really the only way I can describe it. It looks good with everything. I feel good every time I put it on. It's it's consistent. It's beautiful. I just wish there were more. Ugh, that's the only thing I wish. All right, next blush. This one I'm going to talk about for 3 seconds because these are my favorite blushes ever. The Kosas powder blushes. I love every single shade. My shade of this year, which I believe last year was Longitude 0, is Papaya 1972. It's what I have on my cheeks here today. It looks a little like light and like it's not going to really show up on your skin or do a whole lot. It looks much different on the skin. It's absolutely beautiful, and I have not shut up about these, I don't think, for 3 years. So there is that. Anyway, I love it. A new launch, this launched this year, and I love them, are the Kjaer Weis Flush and Glow Duos. And these are fabulous because it's a 2-for-1. So you are getting a cream blush in every single one, but you are also getting an accompanying highlighter or bronzer. Now they come in a variety of shades. I have the duo in Vibrant Ray right here. I have reviewed these on the Integrity Botanicals channel as well. I've always loved the Kjaer Weis cream blush formulation. This is a great one if you have more oily skin and you are reluctant to use cream products. I really think this is something that will fare well for you. It is phenomenal. I'm going to keep it as brief as that, and they cost the same amount as a full-size cream blush would. Works on the refill system as always, and great ingredients per usual. Final blush option before we dive real deep into the peepers is going to be a Lumi from Fit Glow. And this is the first one to really sort of steal my heart. This is the Lumi Firm in Buff. And Buff is a beautiful neutral brownie pink. These are always shades I loved. Even when I did my collaborative blush with Hint Beauty, I still of course love that blush. This is sort of the tone I went for, that Tarte Exposed, just something that pairs nicely no matter what you have on your face. It's easy. These have great ingredients. They're anti-aging. I love that. Just any added bonus I could get. But ultimately, they blend beautifully. They have nice pigmentation, and they sit nicely on the skin. You can layer them, you can put it on your lips, you can put it on your eyes. Get creative, but just get creative while using this. Oh, and if I get this video up in time, I may not, so forgive me if that's not possible. Integrity Botanicals is actually running a gift with purchase on this item. So if you purchase any full-size Fit Glow item, you will be getting the Lumi Firm in Buff faux free. So if you want to try it and you like want to re-up on mascara, you want to re-up on concealer, or one of your beloved Fit Glow products, my god, there's so many good ones, then you'll get this for free and you'll be able to check it out and be as obsessed with it as I am. Now, let's just bang through this. Let's start with palettes. Yeah, I have 3. First of which is the Aether Beauty Joshua Tree palette. Now this is a little bit of a cheat because this situation, this half, I do not touch, hardly ever. But these, I dip in that B like it's going out of style. I'm in love with these tones, and this is one that I've reviewed extensively as well. I think it's just a great palette that's worth the money. It's an all matte palette, so you can mix and match it with things that you already have in your collection. It's got a wearable option. It's got a fun option. You could do it all with this palette. You truly can. I even love this brow bone shade here. I'm running low on my brow bone shades. I'll show you here in a minute. So that's something I've been diving into. The orange is beautiful. This is like Bobbi Brown Camel here at the top, which is one of my all-time old favorite shadows. Just universally flattering, beautiful, blends nicely, and I will leave my dedicated review down below in case you want to know a little bit more, see swatches, etc. before you commit to your purchase. Then we have the 100% Pure Rose Gold palette. I don't know what was wrong with me. I had this in my collection for a long time. This is not a new palette, but this year I like cannot keep my hands off of it. This center shade, which is the shade Gleam as an inner corner highlight, is my favorite. The namesake of the palette, no, this is called Glimmer actually. I thought it was called Rose Gold, but it is a rose gold shade. Beautiful all over the lid. Sometimes I even throw it in my crease depending on what I'm doing. And then we have a deeper, more bronzy tone in Luster. I do have that in my crease here today with a new Rituel de Fille eye soot on my eyes, but this palette's stunning. The blush is not my favorite on my cheeks. I think it emphasizes texture a little bit, but the highlight's great, and I like to use them all as eyeshadows. If I'm honest with you, I even took a little bit of this and ran it through my crease to sort of tie in the warm tones that I'm working with and to pull the warm tones from my eyeshadow as well. So this is fantastic, great ingredients. All of them are metallic finishes that are so easy to use, and you can just use them dry and they are still full impact. I love this palette, cannot say enough good things. Finally, I think I bought this during quarantine as well, and I was on the fence about it, but mama, I am not on the fence anymore. I am in full-on love, L-O-V-E love, and this is the Rowan 75 Degree eyeshadow palette. Oh my god, I mean, it's specifically that shade. It's specifically that shade. I don't really touch this one here like ever. I like all three of these. It is worth it to me, even just for that one. Every time you put it on your eyes, it's like a magical cream that somehow sits nicely on the eyes, doesn't crease for a very long period of time, is easy to use, but has a ton of dimension. So it's one of those, like, the more you keep patting it, the more glitter sort of starts to come out and emphasize your eyes. I never do not get compliments. That was like, what do you call that? A double negative? Anyway, I always receive compliments when I wear this palette, and I'm always like, yeah, it's because it's so good. And like, catch me in the sunlight, forget about it. There's no way you could keep your compliments to your damn self. This is amazing. They have a ton of different varieties of color, I believe. A more cool toned option, at least, absolutely, the 1111. And I know that one was beloved. And actually, I thought I was anti that palette, and I saw it in person at Sephora not that long ago when I went to return something that I was gifted. And I was like, wait, I actually think I could rock this. So I might pick that one up. I'm trying to behave. I've got so much makeup, it's hard. A final powder eyeshadow, at least, because there are some more eyeshadows. I had to give a quick shout to the Sappho Shadow in Victoria. This whole palette, I did a video on this forever ago. I still love it and use it every single day. But the Sappho Shadow in Victoria, the most perfect wearable orange you've ever seen in your life. I start off almost every single eye look, every single day, with that eyeshadow. I have to tell myself, like, stop using it, especially when I'm on camera over on Integrity Botanicals. I'm like, Ash, let's get a little variety. It is the spice of life after all. So that is a no-brainer. Had to mention it for you. Worth every single penny. Now let's talk about liquid eyeshadows or eyeshadow varietés, shall we? The PYT Glam Glitter Gels. Oh my god. I love them, and you know why I love them the most is actually to put a little shimmer underneath my eyes, and I love all of the shades. The pink and gold are definitely my favorite. This one doesn't do a ton for me. I just got such a good deal on it. You can see I used the gold one the absolute most. They do look beautiful if you're going to apply them all over your eyelid as well. It's just not my preferred method of application. However, they are so thin, easy to work with, high shine glitters. They don't crease, they wear nicely, they don't transfer, they don't fall down, they don't go everywhere. They're magical, and they're a really fair price point as well. So I've never used anything else from PYT Beauty. That is a brand that I want to investigate a little bit further. So if you've tried them, love them, you know I love these, then let me know what other products that you really like from them that I should investigate for you as well. Another liquid eyeshadow option is from Kosas. I do love their, what are they, 30-second, my god, these lipsticks are rolling, y'all. I do love their 30-second eyeshadows, or 60-second, I don't know. They're called something like that, but they're liquid. They're liquidy liquid. You do have to shake them before you apply them. My favorite shade is absolutely Globe. It is the golden tone. They have a bunch of beautiful colors. I've had good luck with all of them, but this one, if you get only one, it is the most universally flattering, beautiful, wearable, easy to use shade. I am in love with it. It has a very watery base, so it's very thin on the lids. It feels almost weightless, which I really enjoy as well. It's just stunning, great formula, easy to use, just kind of ticks every single box you could possibly imagine. Okay, last eyeshadow sort of favorite, I did have to mention the Rituel de Fille eye soots. I found that the formulation that I enjoy the most is the Ash and Ember eye soots, which are the more velvety sort of formulation, but these are just the most multi-dimensional, easy to use, one and done shadows that you've ever used in your whole life. And I picked a couple shades that I love. I love the shade Love Spell. It is a warm golden rosy brown. We also have Golden Age. It's a little bit more of an antique gold rich deep brown shade, and also the latest addition to that formulation and little bunch is the Ash and Ember Eye Set Incantation, and this is a gorgeous pinky sort of shade that I find myself gravitating towards all of the time. And I've talked about these a lot too, so there's going to be quite a hefty description box down below so you can get some more information on these products, but just know they are my favorite. I do have one on my eyes here today, none of them that I've mentioned. They did come out with a couple new shades that I am testing, but of course it is 2021 now, so they won't make it into the 2020 favorites. Now, one eyeliner I wanted to mention just because it's different. We all know I love me some brown eyeliner. I use it all the time, but when I'm not feeling like a brown eyeliner moment, I love the Air Perez Jojoba eye pencil in the shade Copper. This one is beautiful because it really is a metallic, true, rosy red. It looks good on any eye look. Like seriously, I obviously love it with warm tone looks. That's when I'm most pulled to sort of use this product, but it's such a nice, defining yet different sort of color. I even like it in the waterline as well. These type of shades look really great on blue or green eyes. I think that's especially why I gravitate towards it, but it's a beautiful formulation. I don't like the caps. A lot of these chintzy caps and the way that I store my pencils isn't the most precious. I do have to say that as well. And sometimes I'll pop it on the end and then that ruins them. It is mostly my fault, but also just saying that it's an amazing formulation, and even with a little bit of a crack in the cap, it still stays nice and like a it's not moisturizing is not the word, wet certainly isn't the word, but it's not a very dry formula, which I really appreciate about it as well. For mascaras, there could only be two. One is the latest to me, and one that I just surprisingly really loved, and I shouldn't be surprised because Reagan talks about it all the damn time, and that is the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. It's a beautiful lengthening option. I really like how it wears. It doesn't flake. It's a great one to pair with a different mascara because it is a plasticky one, so it really separates all those lashes. It has like quite intense teeth right there, which I really like as well, which are great for the bottom lashes. It just really separates, defines, and lengthens the lashes, and it's just a good all-day wear sort of formula that I love. But other than that, my most favorite mascara, the one that I use the most and miss when it's gone, is the Fit Glow Beauty Good Lash Mascara. I found that there's a lot of good mascaras out there, but something that I really have been struggling with is sort of the transfer situation underneath my eyes. Now, I do work very long shifts. I think abnormally long because I'm always doing doubles at a restaurant 3 times a week. So I think that's why I really notice it, but this one's so great. It's brand new right now. I like when it gets a little bit more dry, but I even love that the brush tapers down so you can get in the inner corners, get on the bottom lashes. It's just beautiful. There's nothing to not love there. Now, lip products. 3 formulations that I really wanted to discuss. The first of which has been a long time love of mine. It's what I'm wearing right now. It is my favorite lip product ever. I'm gonna say it. It's because the color is so perfect. And something that I need to preface the little lip section with is I didn't include my lip color serums and all that stuff that I love you know I do. But what I've realized is I don't like full-on lipstick on me anymore. And that's been for like the last year and a half, I would say. So tinted lip balms, sheer products, lip gloss, that's really what I'm after. And the Kosas Lip Fuel is exactly what the doctor ordered, specifically in the shade Rush. It is my favorite. I will repurchase this until the end of time, because not only is it a beautiful, high-performing lip balm, it's moisturizing, it feels great on the lips. The color that it deposits is perfect. It's like the ultimate My Lips But Better color, but like I got a little color in there. It's beautiful. It goes with everything. This one lives in my purse, because if I ever don't know what to wear, this is the one. I should honestly have more than one, but I just love it that much. Like, I get excited when I talk about it. That's how much I love it. A color that's very similar. It's just a more full-on formula. So this is something that I'll sheer out a little bit, or, you know, this one I could wear full-on just because it's so wearable and beautiful. It's just a newer formulation to me that really stole my heart, are the Air Perez olive oil lipsticks. And I really like these, really like these, you guys. They have a ton of different colors, a lot of great, really rich, beautiful, bright shades. But my favorite is, of course, Cocktail. And Cocktail is very similar, like I said, to the shade I have on. It's just a full-on situation. So you could also sheer this out. It's not quite as moisturizing as the Kosas, because though this is an olive oil infused formula, so it feels great and it has slide and it goes on really beautifully and moisturizing, it's not a lip balm. So there is that. Anyways, I just love this color so much. I like the versatility of it, but this formula is also great. So I will link my video that I did down below on these as well, so you can find what shade's great for you. But the shade Cocktail is my favorite, and I'm going to round this video off with the Rituel Defy Lip Sheers. Now, my favorite shade is the shade Whitehorn. It is a peachy, just beautiful, cushiony, wearable, beautiful shade. But I also love Datura. I also love Narcissus. Those are the ones I really gravitate towards. Another line that I just wish there were more shades, but they just go on like a dream. They're so comfortable. Like, they go on, they're not sheer because they really have quite a bit of color. They're just very buildable, and they're hydrating, and they don't settle. I meant sit and settle. They don't settle in the fine lines and wrinkles as well. It's just beautiful, feel good, looks good on everyone type of lipstick. So I didn't really venture out into lipsticks this year. These are a lot of ones that I've already loved outside of the Air Perez. I believe that's a newer launch. You know, it was 2020. What can you do? But I do still like to have a little bit of color on the lips, especially when I'm sitting down to film videos, take pictures, that whole bit. So I wanted to make sure I shared them with you. But that is it, everyone. Those are my favorites of 2020. I know, it's a lot, and that was me being concise. So if you want to see skincare, hair care, the et-ceteras as I call them, definitely let me know. Please do give this video a big thumbs up. You have no idea how much it helps. It helps my videos get seen by others. And guess what, guys? The more my videos get seen, the more AdSense I make. And the more AdSense I make, the less I gotta work at the fucking restaurant, hating my life and waiting on people hand and foot. All right, so help a sister out. Of course, you can always shop my affiliate links. I'm gonna link every single one of these down below for you. If you need assistance, questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. Even if you just want to check in with me, I miss you guys. I'm happy to be making videos. I'm actually filming 2 videos today, so after this I'm getting busy filming another, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I like to get my videos up on Fridays if I can, so try to anticipate that. But thank you all so much for watching. Please shop my vintage over at Decade Alchemy if you like. It's another way to support the channel with like something that's both good for you and for me, which is fantastic. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram at Green Bunny Video, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.